Lesson 5.7. Our outcome today is going to be writing an equation in standard form and writing an equation in linear form. One of these should be reviewed because we've been doing linear form, and that's what this slide is about. Linear form is just slope-intercept form. Take a minute, write it down on your own because you need to make sure that you know this formula. What is slope-intercept form? Good. It's the y equals mx plus b. This is the one you've got to remember, okay? Slope-intercept form. This is the same slide you've seen several times now. Y is the y value of an ordered pair, m is our slope, which you know how to calculate, x is the x value of an ordered pair, and b is our y-intercept, okay? Slope-intercept form, linear form, they're the same thing. Standard form is new, okay? So here's standard form. Alright, this is what standard form looks like. AX plus BY equals C. So take a minute, write that down, and stop freaking out because it's just a bunch of letters. Okay, we're going to explain what those letters all mean. Okay, X and Y are the same. That's still your ordered pair. Ordered pairs come as X and Y. X and Y are still that ordered pair set. Okay, the only thing that's different is that you have A, B, and C, and they're all capitalized for a reason, because A is a particular number, B is a particular number, and C is a particular number. And by that I mean A could be 3, B could be 2, and C could be 1. It just means they're all different numbers, okay? A is a number, B is a number, C is a number. So AX plus BY is equal to C. That's standard form. Okay, so take a minute and go ahead and write all that down. And I'll get rid of this. Okay, alright, so here we go. We're going to do some conversion. We're going to go from slope-intercept form to standard form and standard form to slope-intercept. Alright, the first one's first. Given standard form and converting to slope-intercept form. So again, this is standard form. Okay, we have here our AX plus BY is equal to C. They're all different numbers, okay? We want to convert this to slope-intercept form. Now you know slope-intercept form does not look like this. It looks like something else, okay? It looks like y equals mx plus b. Well, I feel like there's something over here that doesn't belong. Y needs to be by itself on the left side, okay? That means we've got to get rid of something. Who has to go? Which one of these things has to go? Good. This 6x. He's on the wrong side. In order to be slope-intercept form, he needs to be over here. Okay? So let's see what we have below here. Ah, there we go. We need this to be in slope-intercept form, which means y equals mx plus b. Okay? That's this right here. And as I was just telling you, this 6x is on the wrong side. We need to get him on the other side. So we're going to have to start moving some stuff. Okay, so here it is. How do we get a positive 6x to go away, to move to the other side? How do we get it to move to the other side? What's the inverse? It's minus 6x. So you minus 6x from both sides. What happens here? They cancel, and the only thing we're left with is 3y. But I guarantee you somebody's going to try to do this. Can you do 12 minus 6x? Do these things, are they common terms? Can you combine those? Are they the same? No. This one doesn't have an x and this one does. So you can't combine them. Please don't. You end up with something like this. 3y is on the left because those canceled. This is the only thing left over here. And then we have our negative 6x and our plus 12. They don't go together. They go side by side. One has an x, one doesn't. Now, I want you to pay attention. I could have put this 12 in the front and said 12 minus 6x. But look at this. In our slope-intercept form, which part is in the front? The x part or the number? Well, the x part is in the front. So it would only make sense to me when I'm bringing stuff down that I put the negative 6x part in the front and I put the 12 in the back. Okay? I'm still not completely finished because this is y equals mx plus b. Here I have 3y. I need to get rid of 3y. What's the inverse of multiplication? It's division. And if I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other. And look at this. I have to do it to everything. 3 divided by 3, well, we know those are going to cancel, and I'm going to be left with y. I have to divide negative 6 divided by 3. I have to divide 12 divided by 3. Go ahead and do that and see what you get. The final answer is y equals negative 2x plus 4. We took something that started in standard form, okay, and changed it to make it look like slope-intercept form. These two equations are what to each other? They're equal. All we did was move stuff around. I keep going back to this bedroom analogy. This is your bedroom a mess. This is your bedroom nice and clean. Okay? Standard form, slope-intercept form. They are equal. Please write that in your notes somewhere. Alright, you try one. This one's you on your own. Okay? Write this one down. 8x minus 10y equals 15. I want you to pause it and do this one on your own. Somebody's on the wrong side. X is on the wrong side. You got to move them over to the other side. Take a minute, go ahead and do that, and I'm going to pull down the answer. I have to move 8x. D's cancel. I can't do anything about it. Negative 10y comes down. I put my x part in the front because y equals mx plus b, so we want the x in the front. Okay, I have negative 10y. I don't want negative 10y, I want y. You have to divide by negative 10, divide by negative 10, and you end up with your final answer. Y is equal to 4 over 5x, because I simplified, 2 goes into both of these, and a negative by a negative is a positive, and then the same thing here. 15 and 10, 5 goes into both of those. 15 divided by 5 is 3, 10 divided by 5 is 2. Ooh, I just noticed something. A positive divided by a negative is a negative. Oh, that should be a negative. See, this is why we check our work. Very good job. Okay? This is now in y equals mx plus b form. Alright, now we got to go the other way. Okay? The slope-intercept form. This is slope-intercept form. I have y equals mx plus b, and I want to convert that to standard form. It always seems to be this x that's on the wrong side. So how do we get that to the other side? Well, this one's special because it's a fraction, and I chose a fraction because it's one of the hardest ones. If it was a whole number, you would know exactly what to do. But I'm going to start with the fraction because those are our hardest. We need this 2 to go away because he's on the bottom and he's crowding up my x. So the thing you always want to look at is the denominator. Okay? That's how we're going to get x by itself. Okay? Because I can't simply just do minus a half x and do that. I've got to get this fraction to go away. Alright, so my denominator is 2. So I want you to watch what I do in the next one. I'm just going to, same problem. Okay? So let me get a pen here. Alright, we wanted this 2 to go away. What can I multiply this whole thing by to make this 2, this one little 2, go away? If 2's on the bottom here, when I multiply, I have to have 2 on the top. So I'm going to multiply by 2 over 1. If I do it to the right side, I also have to do it to the left side. Okay? And that's what's going to be behind this screen here, is multiplying by 2 over 1. Now I want you to watch what happens. Look at this. Let's multiply everybody. What's 1 times 2? Well, that's going to be 2. What's 2 times 1? Oh, that's going to be 2 as well. What's going to end up happening to these? Well, they become 1. So I can simply go like this. I have a 2 on the top, a 2 on the bottom. Those cancel. A 1 on the top, a 1 on the bottom. Those cancel. Okay? So I'm going to be left with x by itself, which is good. That's what I want. However, I'm not quite finished because that's multiplying here. I also have to multiply this 5 by the 2. Well, what's 5 times 2? That's going to be 10. Okay? That's the right side. Look at the left side. 2 over 1, well, we just know that that's 2. What's 2 times y? That's going to give me 2y. Look below. Look at what happened. Okay? Take a minute. Process the whole thing. These ended up canceling. I got x by itself. Where did I get 10? 2 times 5. That gave me 10. How did I get 2y? 2 times y. That gave me 2y. Now, you just did all that work and you're still not to standard form yet. I need this x on the other side. So how do I get this positive x to go away? What's the inverse? Minus x. Minus x. Can I combine x's and y's? No, you know that. Final answer. Negative x plus 2y equals 10. Now we have an ax plus by is equal to c. We have our different numbers here. Shoo! This is by far the harder one. Here you go. I want you to try one on your own. What's the denominator that needs to go away in this one? We want this fractional part to go away. Okay? So what's the denominator that I'm going to multiply everything by? 8. Okay? So I want to multiply this side by 8, and I want to multiply this whole thing by 8. And put it 8 over 1 so it's a fraction. Okay? Now, watch here. Look at our different pieces. What happens with these two 8s? Ah, those two cancel there. I'm going to be left with just 3. What's going to happen to these two 8s as well? Because I have a fraction here too. They're going to end up canceling. I'm going to end up with just negative 1. Okay? Here's where that happens. I multiply everything by 8. Oh, I just did it here. Those ended up canceling. I was left with just negative 1. Okay? These two 8s ended up canceling, so I was left with just 3x. And then 8 times x is going to be, 8 times y is going to be 8y. Here we go. That's just this cleaned up. Where did I get 3? My 8's canceled. I was left with just 3. Where did I get 1? My 8's canceled on the bottom, so I got my just 1. And 8 times y is 8y. Still not done. Got to get the x on the other side. So how do I do that? What's the inverse of plus 3x? Minus 3x. 8y minus 3x equals negative 1. And if you were being really technical, you would notice that I put this in the wrong order. The x part should be in the front. Oops, plus 8y equals negative 1. But hey, if you get here, I am very happy. Okay? I want you to pause this and replay it and try to do it again on your own. Okay? It does no good to just shut me off right now and have questions and not know how to do it. Pause it, try to do it again, write down any questions that you have, but we went over our outcome. We know standard form, and we know how to take standard form and put it in linear form, and vice versa.